I'm Blake Rosnowski with Denver 7, and I am joined here right now with Dr. Jessica Litwin. She's a pediatric neurologist and sleep medicine specialist from the Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children. It's back to school time. Kids are going to have to start getting up a lot earlier than they have in the past few months. So we want to start off just, make sure parents are ready, and how can we help them get ready and make sure the kids are starting off the year on the right page?
Definitely. I mean, a mother of a school-age kid, so I fully get it on that level as well. And we were thinking about so many things. Do they have a good backpack? Do they have all their school supplies? Are they eating breakfast? And all that is important. But one really easy way you can help your child be successful is by making sure they're well rested. And certainly in the summertime, things do shift, going to bed later, waking up later. I would say to start getting them on a better schedule, it may be helpful. Oftentimes, like say they're going to bed at 10 and you need them to go to bed at 8. You're not going to be able to just jump 2 hours. Typically, you can move their bedtimes earlier and their wake times earlier by about 15 to 30 minutes every 5 to 7 days. So you kind of have to do it a little bit more slowly and they'll get on the rhythm.
Perfect. So then right now is really a great time for parents to start considering making that shift.
Definitely, because school start times are much earlier.
Absolutely. So do you find that this transition is different by age, by grade?
Certainly, children at different ages require different amounts of sleep. And so for my school age kids, kindergarten through 6th grade-ish, depending on the time the school starts, I would say those kids need between 9 and 12 hours of sleep. There's a large amount of variability, certainly based on their age, but they should be able to wake up in the morning and be ready to go and not have problems with attention or focus in the daytime. And so you can kind of gauge, oftentimes, honestly, in the summer, you can gauge how long they need to sleep by how long they're sleeping in the summer when there isn't any pressure to get up. And so you still want to shift them to a better schedule and keep it pretty consistent. Another thing that's really helpful is a lot of times on the weekends, children will stay up later and sleep in. And it's okay to sleep in a little bit, but I wouldn't let them sleep in past 2 hours more than their usual wake up time, or that'll throw off their internal clocks again. I would say in terms of the middle school, high school kids, there is definitely a shift. These children still need a lot of sleep, usually in the 8.5 to 9.5 hour range. And part of the challenge for them is a lot of schools start way too early. These children are biologically engineered that they're going to be more comfortable going to bed later and getting up later. That's part of the shifts in your body in puberty, is that your day-night rhythm does shift. Some schools are switching to a later start time, which I think is fantastic for these older children. But again, I would say you got to be pretty consistent. You got to start moving it up and try and not let them sleep in too late on the weekends.
Now, technology, obviously, it's such an important part of our lives, an important part of learning too. How should that be included or excluded as kids are getting ready for that first day?
So I think technology can be used for good. My son has an iPad that he likes to watch things on, and that's great. I would say more than anything is that screens and video games and tablets and all that stuff, they're a privilege that your children can earn. I would say, though, that they should not be on screens within an hour of bedtime, because we enjoy screens and they're relaxing, but the bright light from the screen does stimulate our brains and make it harder to fall asleep.
What's the most important thing that a parent should do to get ready for that first day? If you had to give one main tip.
Take the screens out of the bedtime routine.
So that is a big one.
That's the trickiest, and we all use them. And like I said, they can be for good, and my son has all that stuff. But having it in the bedtime routine can throw off your ability to fall asleep and make the next day harder.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Litwin with the Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children. We really appreciate you chatting with us today and making sure that we're all ready when back to school starts.
Thank you.